ultimate goal of raising a child is to see them grow up to become a champion of their own life. And for children with different abilities, that expectation shouldn't be any different. A special program growing across the country aims to help make that transition into adulthood a more fluid and successful journey for young adults with different challenges. We recently traveled down to Deaconess Gateway in the Women's Hospital in Newburgh to find out about Project Search and what kind of impact it's making there. As Allison Bowers and photojournalist Dave NOVAK show us, Project Search is working on making full-time employment more of a reality for some pretty amazing young adults.
And the hash brown?
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That's good.
Okay.
I like how he responds and we get along so well. I mean, he's a good hard worker.
Project Search prepares young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities for success in competitive, integrative employment. What started as a small program at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital has now grown to 717 other locations around the world. We recently got to spend the day at Deaconess Hospital in Newburgh to learn just how this program is impacting lives locally.
Project Search means giving these young adults with disabilities a new life. So many of them come in not knowing who they are, not believing in themselves. And so what Project Search does is lets them and teaches them to be the best of the best, and knowing that in order to be the best of the best, they have to believe it to achieve it. In that time, it is self-reflection. It's finding out who they are. It's finding out what makes them, tick, their strengths and their weaknesses. And so we work on that for the 3 weeks.
During their time in Project Search, interns train on the job with current Deaconess employees. We talked to several trainers who all shared their positive perspectives.
They're very excited to come in here, learn new things. If anything, learn new things. They love coming in and being able to interact with my team, with myself, with the individuals around the hospital.
Learning is an imperative part of Project Search, and not just for the interns. Lisa Thompson has been training an intern in the kitchen department and has found the perfect recipe for success as a trainer.
Patience, understanding, lots of love.
Project Search is made up of 3 weeks of an orientation, and then they go into 3 10-week rotations. That first 3 weeks is probably the most important of the intern's life at Project Search. We do teach 10 employable skills, which are important for them to be successful in employment, but the most important thing is they have to believe in themselves.
Because I'm the best of the best.
It really gives the interns that come through the program the mindset that they have the world at their fingertips just like everyone else.
It's like night and day. A lot of these kids, they just need some structure, really needing some motivation, and just staying on that task of doing things that they need to do within our department.
It's totally amazing to see where they come in. I like to lighten it as they come in as little buds, and what they do through their achievements and their successes, they grow into a beautiful flower. The skills are modeled, and they're taught, and they're retaught. The interns go away with a skill that they never knew they could possess.
Time management, knowing what time.
Your skills and getting a job. I hope to get hired.
The transition part of a young adult with disabilities has not always been thought about, has not always been worked on, and Project Search does that. Project Search gives these young adults that ability to, yes, they can have a productive life and they can live on their own.
The goal of Project Search is to give the interns the employable skills they need to work at their choice of place of employment. Interns are not given a guaranteed job at Deaconess upon completion of their internship. Just like every other Project Search location, they must use their skills and be hired just like anybody else who would be applying for an open position. Program specialist Joy Burris says they have an overall 75% hire rate upon completion of the Project Search and are hosted by many different kinds of businesses.
Primarily, we are in hospitals because that's where we were created, and that is because a hospital is like a microcosm of society. It's got a lot of different areas that have to make that hospital work.
Right.
So we are in manufacturing. We are in we have a program in the Smithsonian. One of the Smithsonian's museums. We have some programs in zoos, military installations, manufacturing, distribution centers. So we have a wide variety of programs.
My favorite thing is just like what we talked about is from day one to the end, how much that individual just learns and how much they're willing to learn. You know, it's awesome to see them, you know, be timid and then, but also just once they grab a hold, they just want more. And you see that, and then you see that they went from, I sometimes even forget they're a student. So, and that is just the most favorite thing to me is that them transitioning from that to, I mean, an employee. Sometimes I think the line completely blurs, is that by the end of the semester, I forget.
Transitioning from student to employee is something that comes with unique challenges for everyone. But we talked to some graduates of the Project Search program who are now full-time Deaconess employees, and they are thriving.
It felt really good because I had a job where I can start earning money and getting paid, but I feel really good about having a job and getting paid and doing what I'm doing because I love what I do.
At first, it was a little stressful, but I kind of learned to adapt. It made my parents proud, and I kind of felt pretty happy about it.
They realize that they're going to be getting paid for something that they enjoy doing, and seeing that confidence, that is a plus. But then also seeing the parents, because as a parent with a child that has disabilities, all you want for your child is to be like everybody else. And then when they go through Project Search and they are employed, and it's amazing because they then realize that their child can be productive and is just a valued part of society.
So the parents say that they've seen their kid just grow, mature. They've turned into young men, young women.
When we first start, we have the interns talk about their disabilities, because I want them to know that, yes, all of you do have a disability, but are you going to let that disability define on who you are and what you can accomplish?
Because the individuals that I have seen come through this door have all taken something away from it, from little to big, and most of the time it's big.
Project Search is only continuing to grow and impact the lives of everyone involved. The bonds that these interns are making with everyone around them in the workplace will last forever.
He's very kind-hearted, loves his adventures, and there should be more people like him out there in the world. Make a whole lot nicer world.
For First City Focus and photojournalist Dave NOVAK, I'm Allison Bowers.
If you want to learn more about Project Search, you can follow a special page on our website, vincennes.pbs.org.